Yeah, I mean, first credit to Adam's team. I thought Hamilton played really well. I've run into him twice in the NCAA tournament. I'm 0-2. So when I saw the draw, I was hoping I could change my fortune. But as we knew going in, the NESCAC's obviously a very well respected league. To win the conference, we knew we were going to have our hands full. We thought if we got the pace up and got the game going to our liking, it would be a benefit to us. But I actually thought they did a really good job of playing with some pace, but also staying a little bit under control and doing the things they need to. So again, credit to them. Just super proud of our guys. I think if you were in the facility and watch the game, you could feel the amount of passion and effort that our guys play with. And, when you ask guys to play 94 feet, that's not real easy. I think that's why a lot of coaches don't do it anymore. And these guys poured their heart and soul to it. And a couple mistakes here or there that really hurt us, and they capitalized on them. I thought it was a really high-level first-round game. And again, credit to them, but really proud of the effort that we put forward. Yeah, I thought the biggest thing was they got to the offensive glass in the second half. They rebound 35% of their misses, and we knew going into the game that would be an issue. I think in the first half they shot 65, we shot 60, so there weren't a whole lot of offensive rebounds to be had. I think they shot 59 in the second half, so there still wasn't that many. But I thought in some big possessions they got some second chance points, and anytime you're giving up offensive rebounds, it's just going to slow the pace of the game down. And then I thought once they got the lead, probably inside like 7 or 8, they got it to up around 9 or 10. I had a feeling they started to shrink the clock and kind of go into a little bit of a delay and just kind of really shorten the remainder of the game. So I think, that took away from our pace a little bit. You got to make shots to press. That's always the catch-22. And I just didn't think we probably shot it as well as we normally do. And some of the credit goes to them and their length and their defense. But I think in the first half we really played comfortable. And in the second half, I thought they did a pretty good job of taking some stuff away and running Steve off the three-point line and making him drive it, which he can do, but that's not his first go-to. And they did a great job of taking some of the stuff we wanted to do away in the second half.
Yeah, Coach, you just touched on it right there. 8 for 22 from 3 in total for the game, but it felt like a lot of that really came in the first half. What did they do in the second half to kind of throw you guys off the other?
Yeah, I think just knowing, I think we're 5th in the country in threes attempted, and I think we're 4th or 5th in made threes. And when you look at them, they only give up 18 threes a game. And I knew that was going to be a pretty big factor in what happened. I thought some of it was probably generated in their league. They don't play the way we do, so maybe they're kind of similar. Maybe that's the reason. But their length gives you a ton of problems. They did a good job staying connected. And when you're driving it, and we're on the smaller side for sure. Key and those guys are driving it in there. They don't need to help. And then all of a sudden, now you're going one-on-one with a 6'7" guy. It's tough to score over. So I think just their connection to the perimeter, their ability to stay connected to guys on the perimeter, and then when their switches occurred, they didn't get lost. We got lost a couple times on our end. They never really got lost. So I think, they obviously had a really good game plan, and they executed at a high level, which I think was a huge factor in the second half.
I'll speak on it first. It was an awesome experience. I've been being here my freshman year when I was at Moravian with Coach Potts, and coming for my second time, you get the same feeling every time. And it's a joy to be here. You get those butterflies walking in the gym, even on a practice day, where you're in the NCAA tournament. Having butterflies, my dad always told me it was a good thing. It meant you were ready to play. It meant you were ready to go. And I think that having a passion for the game and having a passion to get to this stage is every player's dream. And we made it possible every day by working as hard as we possibly can. And it was a fun journey, and it was nothing to be ashamed about. Nothing. No stone was unturned, and we just went out and had a hell of a year. And I'm looking forward to watching the guys continue to build it and be back in this spot in the future.
Piggybacking right off what Steve said, this was a dream. This is a dream of mine to play in the NCAA tournament, and we're preparing 4 days before this. We found out that we're in. Everybody's excited. There's nothing but great energy and great vibes in the gym. So preparing for this and having a bus ride and team meals and just being with your teammates just to prepare for this one moment right here was amazing. This was absolutely a dream come true, for real.
Just for all three of you, talk about what it means to be the first team in 20 years to make the NCAA tournament from Montclair State.
You want me to make it easy on you and go last?
Yeah, you can go first.
You want me to go first? You're probably going to have to pass. Yeah, I mean, when we got to Montclair State, one of the goals as a coaching staff was to build a program that could be relevant within the NJAC, because I think it's a really well respected conference. If you're relevant in the NJAC, you can be relevant in the region, and then obviously if you're relevant in the region, you give yourself the opportunity to play in March. And I think we've done that. If you count COVID, 4 years, but I don't know how many of us do. So really 3 years. It's a credit to our guys. As I say, I got the best seat in the house. I'm along for the ride, and it's great to watch these guys go to work every day. And I think the greatest part of this is the amount of support that we get. Our athletic administration, our AD, Rob Chesney, does an unbelievable job of being there for us and really supporting the athletic programs. Our vice president, Dr. S., and our president, Dr. Capel. I mean, it starts from there and comes all the way down. And then I think these guys just understood that there was an opportunity. We thought we had a good roster. We thought we had a good team, but, I know I can't bet on it because it's the NCAA, but we lost 4 guys in our top 8. And I don't know how many teams in the NCAA tournament could get there with 4 guys in the top 8 and scoring in minutes. And we never flinched. And I think it's a resilient group. For it to be 20 years, it's a credit to the players. They put all the hard work in. Thank you to all the friends and family that supported us in Panzer all year. It was an unbelievable environment. To the people that traveled today, I told these guys all the time, don't chase rings, don't chase banners. If you chase just being great people and developing as young men, those things will follow. And these guys believe in that, and it was evident that this year that we were able to accomplish that. And a credit to them. And I think the biggest thing is I'm really happy for former players in this program that got to see Montclair State back in the NCAA tournament and competing at a high level.
Yeah, definitely. Just to touch on that, exactly what he said right now. Playing with former teammates from my freshman year to my sophomore year and seeing them graduate and go on and not having a chance to do this, it was a huge accomplishment. You could see the love around campus, around just everywhere you go. Everybody knows who you are, and everybody wants to show you love, and everybody wants to watch the games. It's a great environment.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of what they said, I mean, guys like Irv Callender and Eddie Amendoe, they can't sit up here with us today and enjoy this, but it's not possible without the work that they did for our program as well. And the people that came before us is something that we take pride in. That's why, being for the first time in 20 years, we take great pride in that. I think everybody in that locker room takes great pride in that. And that's just going to be another chip we're going to have on our shoulder for, coming in the off season, and going into next season, the guys that are returning. Just, every day to play with that chip that, we want to get back, they got to get back. And I'm going to look forward to watching them along the way, because I'll be one of those guys that'll be, in the past. And I just really take great pride in, being able to get the program here. Just there's a ton of work that the guys put in the facility every single day. And obviously, like what Coach said, it's hard to lose, 4 of your top guys, and they're like brothers to you on the court. And you really don't understand the impact that they have on our team, because they're our brothers and they're part of our circle. And I think that when we play for each other and the way we share the ball, we move the ball, and I think that you could see how much we really do love each other. And I think at the end of the day, that's what our program's all about. So going back for the first time in 20 years, we take great pride in that. And for the guys returning, I hope that they're going to continue to push the envelope.
Yeah, can you guys just want to talk about how much support means to you guys from your fans and everything, and then how that translates while you're playing on the court?
Yeah, I'll touch on that first. I think we have a great fan base. We have a great supporting cast outside of our circle. You could tell by our last home game. I mean, the student section, the football team, the soccer teams, the lacrosse teams. I mean, they've been a huge impact on us on our run down the stretch. And just they're being us, supporting us. The baseball team, some guys on the baseball team we know personally, and their support every single day, and their push for us to get better, every single day, and for us to go out and be able to showcase what we got for them and have them represent what we want to be about is truly special. And the Montclair State family is always big, and it always will continue to grow.
Yeah, definitely. Support was a huge factor in our journey so far. So have it just what Steve said. The last couple of home games, the playoff games, the packed stadium is a great feeling to play around. You hit a three, you hear everybody yelling. You go to go get some food in the dining hall. Everybody's talking about the game. It's just a great feeling. Yeah, we know a couple of guys on the football team, baseball team, and all they do is try to hype us up and try to get us ready just as much as our teammates do for the game.
Yeah, I'll give The fans were unbelievable. Panzer was a great place to play. It's a close-knit environment, so you're kind of right on top of each other, which is great. When you press, you kind of want that feeling in there. I'll give a special shout-out to Sam on the baseball team who literally showed up every day in our office to let us know, to keep it going and keep trying to find ways to win. And I usually tried to shut the door in his face, so I'll at least give him a little credit now. But I think probably the most important part of this is, I'm a little bit old school.